Now it is time for me to introduce another one of our incredible speakers here today, a Paralympic medalist and disability rights advocate. This young man set up the Swim Uphill Foundation in 2016 with the aim of teaching 1 million students how to swim annually by 2028. In 2021, he was awarded with the Cullen Jones Aquatic Athlete Year Award, presented by Diversity in Aquatics. His passion in dispelling the myths related to disability performance have demonstrated that with the right help, anyone can achieve their goals and dreams. He is also a member of the 2022 cohort of Young Leaders for the SDGs. Please welcome here today the inspirational Jamal Hill. Hi, Jamal.
Hi, how you doing? Good morning. Good
Hi,
morning
it's
here
an
in Los Angeles.
Wonderful. It's an honor to have you here with us today. And I'd love to begin by asking you, what is the issue that you are most concerned about?
Absolutely. Of the SDGs, SDG number three regarding good health and well-being, specifically target number two, which deals with ending preventable deaths of newborn and children younger than 5 years of age.
Wow, that is amazing to hear about. And could you tell us a little bit more about your story of trying to do something about this issue?
Absolutely. I believe that SDG 3 target number two is quite frankly one of the most accessible, immediately accessible victories that we can have on this journey to complete the 2030 agenda. If people don't know, actually, the leading cause of accidental deaths for all children under 5 years old and pretty much for people throughout their entire lives is actually accidental drowning. And most of these comes as a form of lack of education, lack of access to coaching, lack of access to resources, which I do believe is truly preventable.
Yeah, no, that is amazing and insightful because I'm sure not many people knew that. And I'd love to know how those at home watching can help with the cause that you are currently fighting.
That's a wonderful question. I think one very accessible way for anyone watching this to go ahead and participate is to connect directly with the foundation that I head, swimuphill.org. You can reach that on any web browser. Other than that, we also offer online education. We bring some education to people where they are. So even if people don't have access to a pool or some tributary, water, river, lake, ocean, as long as they have access to clean drinking water and something to hold that water in, we can start swim education and swim lessons right from the safety and comfort of their own home.
Yeah, no, that's amazing. And I think that it's great that people know how to, join in the action of the work that you are doing. And I mean, I find you so inspiring. You're one of my fellow change makers for the SDGs at the United Nations. And I know a bit about your story, but I want the people at home to really understand you and your journey. So could you tell us more about your personal story and how the water essentially is your home?
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Mayada. Ultimately, I was diagnosed with a form of neuropathy at the age of 10 years old. It left me paralyzed for a good portion of time. After I recovered from that paralysis, I had this new body, ultimately from my knees to the soles of my feet, 0% nerve capacity. So it kind of feels like I'm walking on my knees. Water is the only place where I felt fully able. It is the only place where I felt like I had no limits, right? All the things that were such a struggle, like standing and walking, they were easy in the water. I could move a lot more freely. And knowing that freedom that I experienced inspired me not only to want to offer that to other individuals living with disability or accessibility issues, but also understanding an even greater calling for not only confidence, but for a life-saving skill that's going to go on to ultimately improve job opportunities for people's lives, self-esteem, family life, all these things that are really just so connected back to the water that keeps us alive every day and having positive relationships with that.
Yeah, no, that's amazing. And I'm glad you've shared your story because I'm sure it's inspiring so many people at home watching. And a good question that I have now is you mentioned about the rate of accidental drowning and how a lot of people don't know about that. And given the urgent situation that we face within that space, how do you feel about the actions of those in positions of power? And what's your assessment of how they're managing the changes required for our survival?
I do believe that it is a multi-sectoral issue. When it comes to drowning, it's more than just, any one industry or sector. So I would say I think a lot of times the best way to, continue to support change is to pat people on the back. Things are a lot better than they could be, 100%. That said, this again it's a preventable thing. So if it were being truly addressed in the most appropriate way, quite frankly, I don't think that this would be my mission. It would already be taken care of. It would already be handled. So there's still a lot to be done, and that's why people like myself and people like you, people like everyone on this call, our global community, are so important. Again, because we are the ones who push that ball forward. We are the community members. We are the people living, teaching, and ultimately sharing this world every single day.
Yeah, I think that's a brilliant view to have about acknowledging how far we've come and praising the work that is already happening as well. I'd also love to know, though, if you had one wish to make something happen in relation to humanity's survival, what would it be?
One wish in relation to humanity's survival, 100%. That one wish would be uh, a peace day, right? That's what we're all here for us to all just acknowledge whatever differences that we have. And maybe for one day a year, we all just get access to everything, right? Everyone gets to learn
Yeah.
how to swim. Everyone gets to eat. Everyone gets to have hugs, gets to have loved ones, have friends, have confidence. That would be my one wish. So hopefully it comes true.
Yes, no, I completely agree with you there. That sounds like a beautiful wish to have. And just going back to you on a personal level too, how are you coping mentally? How is your well-being right now?
My well-being is fantastic, quite frankly. It's been a massive year for myself and for the foundation. I've had many opportunities to represent my home country of the United States in the Paralympic movement, win medals. Our foundation has grown immensely on our mission to teach 1 million people a year how to swim. We now have international programs in South America. I know the young lady before me, another cohort member, was from Colombia. We run programs in Colombia now, Medellin to be specific, all over the nation, looking to come over the Atlantic into Africa and into Portugal in the next 2 years. So life is good, doing the Lord's work. And that's pretty much me. I'm a simple guy. I like to swim, teach other people how to swim, and teach people to teach people how to swim. So that's what it's all about.
Wow, I really like to hear that. It's a very simple model, but it is working and it's doing the work that you hope it's doing. So I'd love to also know about the milestones. You just spoke there about a lot of things that you've been able to achieve this year. What is that next big milestone that you and the foundation would love to achieve as we go into the new year?
That's a wonderful question. One huge milestone that we're looking forward to achieving is our peace initiative. This new year, we'll be personally visiting 100 elementary schools on a 10-week tour, gifting them all educational books that are directly from our foundation that share inspirational stories about learning how to swim, as well as sharing a message of disability advocacy and awareness, swim education, and brother and sisterly peace as it pertains to our global community. So ultimately educating our youth more, not only just about swim education, but about many of the other concerns, many of the other opportunities that, quite frankly, sometimes we may be a little too privileged to know about otherwise.
Yeah, no, that is very true. I'm looking forward to watching your greatness continue and watching the work and the impact that you are going to continue to have. So thank you so much for being here with us today. And I'm sure many people at home feel the same way. Thank you, Jamal.
Lovely. Thank you. God bless.